Test, 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 test. Okay, hey, what's up, guys? Have it all right. Hey, what's up, guys? So, I'm gonna just do this video or whatever. I gotta go into meeting type shit. It's not even that bad. I don't mind. Could be worse. I could be like digging ditches and shit like that. I kind of am reading in between the lines now. And remember, I was like, Tiffany's up to something and all that bullshit. I think I know what it's up to. It's again, it's all about her fans and whatnot. Everything is about her fans. I think some of them are my fans now. What's up, guys? I guess I'll do like a little intro or whatever. No one's making me do this. This is totally my own idea. I'm hoping this is like one step closer to like having her stop doing. I mean, we'll just say acting so coy. Hopefully, this is one step closer to her acting less coy. Because I don't understand, but I'm trying to understand what it's like to be someone who like if you do anything like if this bitch like farts the wrong way, like 13.4 million, she got another 100,000 followers on Instagram. All right, like imagine what it's like to like you fart and like everyone's like I can't believe like half the people are like I can't believe she farted. Other half are like well you fart too, and then one or two people would be like well I don't like the way that her skirt flipped when she farted. The way that it flipped 180 degrees instead of 75 degrees is indicative of gastrointestinal problems, and I think that's and it's like shut the fuck up. Anyways, so like she basically started like blowing my phone up at like ass o'clock in the morning about like whether or not I was in a relationship or not. And I was like, oh, I don't know how you define relationship, but I was just kind of like fucking, like just like fucking around with her, right? She wants to gaslight me, I'll gaslight that bitch right back. But anyways, and then I was like, fuck, is she normally doesn't get all uppity at like balls o'clock in the morning. Dude, she woke me up at like 2, 3 in the morning. Like, I was like, yeah, yes, yes. What do you want? Okay, yeah. And then I was like, okay. And then I looked at her fucking Instagram, and she's like, I knew she was up to something. She was doing some like fan meeting in Singapore, but like, what I'm doing, like talking to people, but like on Skype and whatever the fuck that she claims she can never use. I wouldn't even be shocked to find out that she's so nervous that she's preparing to talk to me by talking to her fans first. It's so fucking stupid. It like makes so not sense that it makes sense only because maybe that's what like hormones does to women. I don't know because it's just like none of that makes sense, and then you take into account estrogen, and it's like, well, probably then it does make sense. If everything you do is based on how you feel, not on how you think, then it makes perfect sense. Anyways, so that she basically was like breaking my balls about whether or not me and her are dating, and I was like, you can go ahead and tell all your fans and whatever that we're dating and all that bullshit. And this, you're gonna do it anyways, right? Go ahead. I was like, you just have to actually show up and start dating me. It's fucking bullshit. Fucking don't. And then, thank you, Moon Goddess, for letting me sleep more. So then she let me sleep for a few more hours. When she started hitting me up, I was like, tell me about your job. And like I've told her about my job so many times, but like now I get the feeling that like they're gonna write some kind of a thing about me. It's so bullshit. So like she asked me like specific questions about my job. Stupid. And then it's like this is actually oh yeah that's right. This is supposed to be like inspirational piece or hey look if you guys are looking to get Stockholm syndrome by K-pop models and all that bullshit, and you should get into tech because She basically was asking me why I don't go out partying and drinking and all that bullshit. And I was like, I could, I have, trust me, I can. I used to be like the keg stand champion. Like when I was in my early 20s, I would go to parties and I would just, keg stands. You put the keg in a giant tub and then you do a headstand, like a handstand over the keg. Sometimes people hold your legs, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you put it against the walls, whatever, right? Look, I can drink. One time I did a keg stand for like 2 minutes or some shit like that. Just chug, 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 right? I was breathing through my nose and drinking through my mouth and whatnot upside down. And then after that, I think we did some shots. And then there was a 2-story beer bong that took 240s to fill. And I did one of those. And I did not throw up. I thought I was going to, but I like, and just like walked it off and shit like that. I did not throw up. Yeah. So I can totally drink. It's just that, guess what? That shit's not really fun. It's not. Even like most of those people that I was hanging out with, I don't even know who the fuck they were, or I don't hang out with them anymore. A lot of them were just there that one time at that night. There was even some. Oh man, it's just drinking's pretty stupid in my opinion. I just don't like to do it. If there's a classy way of drinking, I've done some classy drinking with like British people before. Like that's a different kind of drinking. That's like sitting around and like, well, when I was not allowed to smoke, I would play that game Asshole with a bunch of my friends at the time, and the best thing to say is we just grew apart. I don't want to say anything like that. We just grew apart because we were kids at the time. We weren't even old enough to drink, and we were drinking, which is a whole other bullshit thing. But don't get me started on it. And then, but then there's like the cheese and crackers wine kind of thing. That's kind of fun. That's kind of cool. You have to watch out though, because like when you have like cheese and wine and crackers and shit like that, you'll stand up and be like, "Whoa! I didn't realize how drunk I was off this fucking wine shit." Because like it'll hit you. It'll hit you like whoop. But I just prefer to not even drink unless I have to and shit like that. Like socially, I guess I'll drink. It's not fun. It's a kid thing to do. But anyways, and then she got on me about work, and she's like, "How can you be so casual? Like, what's your job?" And I was like, "Look, I could be playing video games. I could be doing AI art as long as I get my deliverables in, which is I'm not into that. But really, what it is most of my job is getting paid for what I know, not for what I do. That's why they make you recertify every 3 years, because essentially, what my job essentially is, and I'm not gonna name names." Or which corporation and shit like that, which government. You can read it between the lines if you feel like it. I don't give a shit, right? I live in DC, so you can figure it out, right? But it's not just one government, I'll tell you that much. There's a lot of allies in DC as well, and through the proper channels, it's almost like you can say contractor for the government, but you could still be working on like systems in the Philippines and shit like that, because allies and shit like that. I'm not even gonna get into it. But so, yes, there's a massive need and growth and negative unemployment in cybersecurity, and the growth sectors happen to be governments and corporations, predominantly Fortune 100, if not Fortune 500 companies. Like, think of Fortune 100 as like first string varsity, Fortune 500 as like second string varsity, and anything below that as like JV, right? So like, even if you're like a retard, but you're able to get certified, you will at the very least be able to get a Fortune 500 company, at the very least. And if you like work on it, you'll be able to get a Fortune 100 company job. So you can totally make first string once you get on the field. You gotta work at it. It's the best way to say it, right? Now, how do you work on it? This is the thing. I don't want to bring it up again, but like 2, 3 years ago, when everyone started getting mad at me for saying some basic ass shit like change management and API security are the biggest threats to cyber right now, all of which can be fixed with Theta Metachain, by the way, which launches today. Right? Yeah. What's that? Theta. Somewhat. I'm not gonna do it, but someone who makes memes should get like. I'm the Masked Marauder. Remember that one? I'm gonna see if I can find that. The Masked Marauder Bugs Bunny one. But like put Theta over Bugs Bunny, or maybe have his guns be like Theta and T-Fuel when he's robbing everyone. Like, pew, 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 Yeah. I'm looking for the mass marauder. Oh yeah. Yeah, I swear to God. Yeah, anyways, but whatever. So, but no, so like the other day Tiffany was like hitting me up and she was like, "What are you doing? But like right now! Like what are you doing right now?" Like demanding what I'm doing. She like wanted like screenshots and all that. I was like, "What the fuck?" Which I only gave to like keep her from freaking out. I was like, "Jesus, just calm the fuck down." Looking back, I told you she gets that way when she's like going somewhere. So she was even like she'll be in New York and like not want to like meet up because she's like, "No, we're still just getting to know each other." And then like she'll go to Singapore without telling me or whatever the fuck she went to, Korea, who the fuck cares, right? Same thing. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. Like not here, right? So then she'll do some of that shit, and then she'll freak out because she's like, "Oh, I'm not there anymore, so I gotta know what he's doing." And I'm like, "Look, bitch, I'm studying cloud technology." She's like, "Well, you just got a certification." Yes, I just got one certification. If I get another certification, guess what? That will make me more marketable. Because look, there's one of two ways I can make more money right now. Okay, I can make less time for Tiffany, which she will not let happen. Like, trust me. Like the reason why I made that AI art of Tiffany as the robot with that Tiffany face. You know how in like Cyberpunk, 2077 or whatever the fuck, the one like the Herman whatever the fuck bot, like the when you do the end game, there's that one the one what was it called? Like the commando dude, but like since he had gotten so old, they basically just put his head on a robot so he could still be a super commando and guard everybody. I that concept, I just put Tiffany's face on it because like she gets this way when she doesn't get her way, or even if she thinks she's not gonna get her way, she'll go like Tiffany Commando Bot, and I'm like, look, bitch, I just that's not. Oh, I'm like, just here's the pictures, whatever the fuck. Just calm the fuck down. I don't need you to have Tiffany Bot. I don't need you to go Tiffany Bot right now. It's gonna set everything back like 2 months. It's such bullshit. Anyways, uh, and then like she calmed the fuck down when I like showed her that I was just like studying Cloud Plus shit. She's like, "Good, go study hard." Okay, thank you for telling me to do what I was already doing. And then I guess she had that uh, what is it, fan meetup thing, and that's the other thing. Like the other, I need to stop showing phone conversations and all that bullshit because her fans are totally watching my shit. Because the other day I was like, she's at her sister's house and all that bullshit, and they're like, her fans are like asking her, and this is like live. Now they're posting it on other shit. Like, Tiffany, do you have a sister? Were you playing golf over the holidays and all that bullshit? And she's like, yes, ha ha ha. And then and I guess that's like the polite way. That's like the polite Asian cute way of non-invasively asking her if what I was saying is correct. And it's just like stupid bullshit. I don't understand this stupid, just, oh, whatever. I didn't mean to do that. Stupid. Anyways, she seemed so happy. Uh, like, kind of like, what the other fan event she did, I was like yelling. I didn't mean to be yelling. That was in like August or whatever. Uh, she seemed kind of nervous, and like this one that she did yesterday, she seems like super duper happy and giggly. So anyway, it's just like by now it's like 7 or 8 in the morning, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, oh, she probably wants me to tag her in the AI art shit I did that I didn't tag her in. So then I tagged. And okay, you want to know why everyone thinks Taeyeon's a bit of a cunt? Respectfully, no, like as a good artist, you know, it's because she's the only one who doesn't let you tag her in shit. Like the other witches let me tag them in shit, and Taeyeon's like, no, to get manager approval, and if it fits the motif I have going on, you know, Taeyeon, maybe I don't want you in view, right? Maybe I'm glad you didn't let me tag you shit. Just don't be a twat about it. I mean, come on now. But what was I saying? Anyways, I have a meeting coming up. Study. Oh yeah. I don't want to accidentally dox myself, but fuck is this bullshit. It's supposed to make this about you guys need to get into tech and whatnot. Let me show you. Now, I'm not even gonna apply to this job. Does that show up? Okay, I'm not even gonna apply to this job, right? Oh, son of a bitch. But this is like the type of jobs that are being thrown my way. Again, for the moment, I'm good where I'm at right now. I want to just cert up and get into a rhythm and whatnot. But like, I either have to like make myself more marketable so I can make more money, or I have to work extra jobs, which Tiffany will not let happen. Because I was working 2 jobs in the very beginning of this bullshit, and you're so stressed out. You need to relax. And then she's like, do you think I would have started a family with someone who's stressed out like this? Is like, I don't think you know what you want. I think you want me to tell you what you're gonna do and what you're gonna say, and that's why you're so freaking out right now. Because everyone around you doesn't want me to take over their shit. And I'm not even gonna fucking even try to. It's just that you know that people are taking advantage of you, and I have the best interests for it's whatever. I want to get into it. I think that a lot of people manage you because you've known them for a while, not because they're good at business. Like, if you were a commodity, which I don't view you as, I view you as Tiffany motherfucking Stephanie Young Wang, Me Young, whatever the fuck you choose to call yourself today. Okay? I view you as the meme goddess, in case you just shut the fuck up. Alright? I think everyone, but if I was to view you as an asset, I would think that you are an asset that is hemorrhaging money. I would think to myself that you have outdated software, you have no patch management, you're using outdated libraries. I think you should be containerized, isolated, considered a fragile system, and then have security added on the pipeline along the way. That's what I think. That's what I think. But no one pays me to think. At least no one in your entourage. Anyways, you want to know why I'm always studying and doing all that bullshit? Look at this awesome job that would pay something around 200K. Look at that. This is a cybersecurity architect. The CISO, this would be working directly with the Chief Information Security Officer's team. Must have thrive in high pressure situations, think like both an attacker and defender to drive engineering, development, and business teams to take the right actions at the right time frames and mitigate risks. Now, when I'm telling Tiffany that I am a senior cybersecurity consultant, I'm a senior cybersecurity engineer who is a consultant with a specialty in artificial intelligence and machine learning for business applications. This is what I mean. What I mean is automating pen tests and defense procedures using YAML or other markup languages, Chef, Puppet, Ansible, probably Ansible, Red Hat OpenShift, shit like that, to then automate these solutions and deploy them in test environments so you can then put them into your production environment. Why are you going to pay a team of pen testers to test all your systems when you can automate a pen test under specific conditions or threat models, tabletop exercises, fuck you want to call it, and then just run those. Just run those scenarios in a virtual environment. You're fucking going to spend $1 million paying people to do it for. You do that shit for like, okay, you want to know where the big money is in pen testing? You want to know why people get shit like the OSCP and the OSCP is like the standard, but like the OSCEE, the super ultra one that never expires. You want to know why people get that? The shit I'm talking about, like those yachts that I'm not bullshitting about getting that are submarines. All right, those are standalone systems. Those are one of a kind. You pen test those. You do live pen tests on those. All right, before I take my yacht to Antarctica and go under, 6 miles of or 6,000 feet of ocean to get out of the iceberg, whatever the fuck, I'm gonna hire an expert or be one myself and manually test every one of these circuits and breakers and PLCs and shit like that on the fucking yacht. Then you take it out to the bullshit. If you buy a $1.2 billion yacht, you gotta have $10.5 billion for repairs. That's what it is. That's when you get the fucking high-end pen test. If you're doing like your firewall designs or you're going to set up a new VLAN or shit like that, right? You just automate it. This isn't 20 years ago. You just automate that shit. Anyways, successful candidate, mixed technical knowledge, demonstrated background in information technology, security. We value broad and deep technical knowledge, although having a specialization. Oh, shut the fuck up. Cryptography, network infrastructure, open source software, DevOps, CI/CD pipelines, virtualization, cloud native technologies, app security, malware analysis, forensic security operations. These are all buzzwords. Okay. Tasks and goals for which security architect is responsible, strong leadership, project team building, including ability to blah, 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 blah. You can read it. I don't want to get into this bullshit. If you can't read it any more time, fucking pause the video. I don't want to fucking tell you. All right. Fucking bullshit. But like that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. That's what I'm doing. That's what I do. Okay, so all Tiffany's fans and all that bullshit. Hi, you just call me Megazord because I'm trolling. She told me the first one talking to me about planes wasn't her. So who the fuck was it? And that's the one who told me I'm not a good fit for Twitter. And that's the one who told me that like she was kind of mean. To be quite honest, I'm glad that one's not Tiffany. I was like, if that's Tiffany, Tiffany's a solid bitch, 110%. I was like, we'll still smash, but god damn it, you need. And now I know why you need it so much. And Tiffany's like, no, I swear to God, that's not me. I'm like, who the fuck is it then? Who the fuck was that being such a twat to me? I don't understand. Respectfully, in case it's someone I shouldn't be so rude to or whatever, but like, I don't know what I did to you, but your panties were up in a twist. So, fuck was that about? Planes, okay? Jesus Christ. But no, so that's what I do. I basically develop AI machine learning models for business applications and based around cybersecurity. Everything is cybersecurity now. Everything. I can't even get into it, but I probably said something stupid. It's just, look, when I said she's high maintenance, I respectfully, and it's so cute and all that bullshit, but essentially right now, she is like, I don't know. I guess it's something about her being 33, and like she's just like basking in the fact that like, if I had to say it, I kind of feel like, she's like, God, it's so stupid. It's like she's like, I found one. She's like, I found one. Look, everyone, I found one. I found one. Everyone, I found one. I'm so happy. That's right, I found one. You can find one too. Look what he does. He does cybersecurity. How good like corporations and governments hire him to do shit. Look at that. I found one. My tour is gonna be from February to May. You can look for my next single at. You can download it on Spotify. It's okay, guys. I found one. Look, I'm gonna text him right now. Haha, I found one. He's just busy. He's busy, so I can go on tour because he's studying shit that no one else gets. I found one. I'm gonna teach him. Magnetic moon with sunlips. I'm gonna teach him. I found one. That's kind of what she's doing right now. I'm just like, what the fuck ever. Like, I'm telling you, she has to be some kind of Mormon because this is like it's a cultural. It's either that or it's just Korean and Mormon repressed are very similar. I don't know. It's just like this is just what I do. I was just like I'm used to being by myself. I don't know what to say. Like at a young age, they weren't like, oh wow, he's so advanced for his age, so we should. No, they were like, he's advanced for his age, so he can take care of himself. And then they would go do other things, right? So everyone, right? Kicked out of school at a young age, and I'm more successful than most people who weren't kicked out of school. I'm just saying, like, I tend to do things on my own, so I stick to myself and let things work themselves out. So I think she is just, like, fantastic, because I'm the same way. And I'm like, fine, whatever. But, when I was saying shit about, like, if I did, like, she, like, woke me up at 2 o'clock, and then again at, like, 7 o'clock. I was like, all right, let me tag you in the AI art things. I'll make some later. I don't really care. To be quite honest, right now, my biggest focus is I just want to keep my routine. She's like, what are your hobbies? I don't really have hobbies. I have routines, all right? I want to fucking get another cert so I can renew my CEH. Then I'll have 5 certs, all right? I want to keep going to the gym. I'm probably going to hit up the gym tonight. I'm starting running again. It would be nice to, step back in the ring a few times just for shits and giggles. I don't really understand what the big deal is. And then I mean, at this point, I told her I was like, the only thing I'm not gonna show things. I'm like, when you're ready to, just let me know. But just like, you are totally wasting my time right now. You are putting everything else but me first again, and I'm just letting you know that I am thoroughly annoyed. And she's just like, hee 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 hee. We'll talk later. Hee hee. Like, what the fuck? I don't care. Thank you very much for your real talk later. Anyway, so that's the update for all of her fans and all that bullshit. Because this one is not even for me. This one is 25 minutes of me reading in between the lines. Because why the fuck else would she wake me up at 2 o'clock and have that fucking silly ass giggle face on her fucking Singapore thing she just did? Anyways, guys, nice to meet you all. Sonny. And when's the next Suitery coming out? I demand a Suitery. This is bullshit. I haven't checked. It's been too long. That's what it's been. I want a Suitery. Alright, peace out.